Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
Today we're bringing you another great lesson for all of you who are interested in shopping.
Especially those of you who are interested in shopping for a car.
A car, exactly. So we're going to give you some great language about describing a car or characteristics of a car.
Yep.
And also some really interesting language for shopping.
Yes, especially buying something really big and expensive.
Yeah, like a car.
Yeah.
So before we listen to our dialogue, let's take a look at vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
On vocabulary preview today, we're bringing you two words. The first one is vehicle.
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 So again, a vehicle is a machine, right?
Right, a machine that carries people from one place to another.
So it's important to say that a vehicle could be an airplane,
A car.
a
A boat.
boat.
Even a bicycle.
Right.
Yep.
That's a vehicle. Our second word is sedan.
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 So a sedan is a type of car.
Exactly. It's a type of car with 4 doors that can fit 5 people inside.
So to make it more clear, most taxis are sedans.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They have 4 doors,
Yeah.
5 people can fit in there,
Yeah.
including the driver. Except taxis in Mexico.
They're not sedans?
They're little Beetles.
Oh.
They're Volkswagen Beetles, so those
Okay.
are not sedans. But yeah, most countries have sedans as
Yeah.
taxis. To give you some examples, like a Toyota Corolla or a Toyota Camry is a sedan.
Yeah. Maybe like a Volkswagen Jetta. Is that it?
A Jetta, yeah,
Yeah.
a Jetta is a sedan.
Yep.
Now we could listen to our dialogue, and it's going to be at a normal speed the first time, but you don't have to worry about it.
We'll come back and teach you some of the important words from the dialogue.
Hi there, can I help you folks?
I'm just browsing, seeing what's on the lot. My daughter wants a car for her birthday. You know how it is.
Dad, I'm 16 already, and I'm like the only one at school who doesn't have a car.
She's right, you know. Kids these days all have cars. Let me show you something we just got in. A 1996 sedan. Excellent gas mileage. It has dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. A perfect vehicle for a young driver.
Dad, I love it. It's awesome. Can we get this one, please?
I see. What can you tell me about this one?
Oh, that's just an old World War II tank that we use for TV commercials. Now about this sedan.
Whoa, wait a minute. Tell me more about this tank.
Well, sir, if you are looking for quality and safety, then look no further. 3 inches of reinforced steel protect your daughter from short-range missile attacks.
Does the sedan protect her from missile attacks?
It does not.
Well, I don't know. Let me sleep on it.
Did I mention the tank is a tank?
I'll take it.
Dad!
I think she's really lucky.
Really?
She's getting a tank to go to school. How awesome is that?
I would be so embarrassed if I had to drive to school in a tank.
It's like the coolest car.
Oh, you're such a boy.
All right, a surprising ending to a relatively easy shopping day.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some language that we saw in our dialogue on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
We have 4 words for you today. The first one is gas mileage.
Gas mileage.
Gas mileage.
Gas mileage. So gas mileage is how many miles you can travel on a gallon or liter of gasoline.
Well, you know what's interesting? In some English-speaking countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, we use kilometers to measure
Right.
distance, but we still talk about gas mileage. Yeah.
I guess you can't say gas kilo mileage
No.
or something like that. But yeah, it's basically how many kilometers or how many miles you can travel on a tank or on a liter or gallon of gas.
Exactly.
Okay.
The next word is airbags.
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 These are like big bags of air that fill up and come out of the car when there's a crash.
Right. So that way you don't hit your head against
Yeah.
the steering wheel or
Yeah.
something like that.
So they protect you.
Right. I've heard that Volvo has like 18 airbags now in their cars.
They are very safe cars, you know?
It's like a big balloon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, our third word today is brakes.
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 Brakes. So what are brakes?
Brakes are little... What are brakes? Brakes are what make your car stop.
Okay, so they're the little machines, maybe, that stop your car?
Yeah, they're on the wheels.
Yeah.
They make your car stop.
Uh-huh.
You have brakes on your bike,
Yes.
on your car, etc. Our last word today on language takeaway, reinforced.
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 So we have some examples of how we use reinforced because it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, these will help you understand the meaning.
Example 1.
So, I reinforced all the walls. There's no way they're going to fall down.
Example 2.
This plastic is reinforced with glass, so it's both light and strong.
So basically anything that's reinforced is made stronger.
Perfect.
Reinforced
Yep.
steel, reinforced table, anything. Okay. Great. So now we could listen to our dialogue again. You can practice all these words that we just talked about, and we'll come back shortly.
Hi there. Can I help you folks?
I'm just browsing, seeing what's on the lot. My daughter wants a car for her birthday. You know how it is.
Dad, I'm 16 already, and I'm like the only one at school who doesn't have a car.
She is right, you know. Kids these days all have cars. Let me show you something we just got in. A 1996 sedan. Excellent gas mileage. It has dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. A perfect vehicle for a young driver.
Dad, I love it. It's awesome. Can we get this one, please?
I see. What can you tell me about this one?
Oh, that's just an old World War II tank that we use for TV commercials. Now, about this sedan.
Whoa, wait a minute. Tell me more about this tank.
Well, sir, if you are looking for quality and safety, then look no further. 3 inches of reinforced steel protect your daughter from short-range missile attacks.
Does the sedan protect her from missile attacks?
It does not.
Well, I don't know. Let me sleep on it.
Did I mention the tank is a tank?
I'll take it.
Dad!
So we have a couple of interesting phrases to talk about shopping.
Right.
Let's look at these in Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
The first one today is, I'm just browsing.
I'm just browsing.
I'm just browsing.
I'm just browsing.
This is a really useful phrase because usually salespeople will come up to you and ask you, can I help you? Are you interested in something?
Yeah.
And you're just looking, so.
Yeah, you don't really want to buy today.
Right. So you're just, I'm just browsing. So then they'll just leave you alone. And,
Yeah, they won't bother you as much.
Yeah, it's a good phrase.
Another good phrase.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
So we have some examples of how we use sleep on it.
Example 1.
I don't know if we should buy that house. It's perfect for us, but it's so expensive.
Let's sleep on it.
Example 2.
Why don't you sleep on it and tell me tomorrow?
Example 3.
This is a bit more than what I can afford. Let me sleep on it.
To sleep on it means to
Like to think about it overnight.
think about it,
Yeah.
right? So maybe you want to buy this really expensive car,
But you need to think about it.
right?
So you'll sleep on it.
So yeah, you go home, sleep on it, think about it twice, and then make a decision.
Exactly.
Okay, great words and great dialogue. So
yeah, I love this dialogue.
yeah, it's kind of funny. So we could listen to it again and then we'll come back and talk a little bit about it.
Hi there, can I help you folks?
I'm just browsing, seeing what's on the lot. My daughter wants a car for her birthday. You know how it is.
Dad, I'm 16 already, and I'm like the only one at school who doesn't have a car.
She's right, you know. Kids these days all have cars. Let me show you something we just got in. A 1996 sedan. Excellent gas mileage. It has dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. A perfect vehicle for a young driver.
Dad, I love it. It's awesome. Can we get this one, please?
I see. What can you tell me about this one?
Oh, that's just an old World War II tank that we use for TV commercials. Now about this sedan.
Whoa, wait a minute. Tell me more about this tank.
Well, sir, if you are looking for quality and safety, then look no further. 3 inches of reinforced steel protect your daughter from short-range missile attacks.
Does the sedan protect her from missile attacks?
It does not.
Well, I don't know. Let me sleep on it.
Did I mention the tank is a tank?
I'll take it.
Dad!
So, Marco, have you ever driven a tank?
Well,
I mean, I know you're in the army, so
yeah, actually I did. I did drive a tank before.
Really?
Really old one, kind of like
Really?
a World War II type tank. But yeah, they're really fun and interesting. It's not like driving a normal car. You have pedals and
so there's no steering wheel.
No. You have levers.
Yeah.
And what many people don't know is that actually tanks are manual transmissions. You have to change gears.
Oh, really?
And it's really hard to change gears on those things.
And what's the gas mileage like in a tank?
I don't know, maybe like 5 miles per gallon.
Okay.
Well, they run on diesel, which is a different type of fuel, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, very cool. I never knew that my podcast partner had driven a tank. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, it was fun, definitely, and I hope I get to do it again someday.
I'm excited to have you here today because we're diving into a practical and surprisingly fun topic, shopping for a car in English. Whether you're a first-time buyer, helping someone else pick a vehicle, or just interested in learning new vocabulary for big purchases, this episode is packed with useful phrases, cultural tips, and real-life expressions you can use confidently. Let's begin with one of the most common things you hear at a car dealership, or any store, really. The salesperson comes up to you and says, "Can I help you with something?" And if you're not ready to buy, you can simply reply, "I'm just browsing." This is a polite way to say you're only looking around. It's a very useful phrase, not only at car dealerships, but also in clothing stores, electronic shops, or anywhere people sell things. When you say, "I'm just browsing," it lets the salesperson know you don't need help yet, but it keeps the tone friendly. Now let's move to the word vehicle. In English, this is a general term that means any machine that carries people or goods from one place to another. A vehicle can be a car, truck, van, motorcycle, boat, or even an airplane. You might hear someone ask, "Is that your vehicle parked outside?" It sounds a bit more formal than just saying car, but it's very common in places like police reports, rental agreements, or insurance forms. Knowing this word helps you understand a wide range of situations. When shopping for a car, you'll also need to describe what kind of vehicle you want. One common type is a sedan. A sedan is a car with 4 doors and seating for about 5 people. It's lower to the ground than a truck or SUV, and it's often seen as practical and comfortable. In everyday conversation, you can say something like, "I'm looking for a reliable sedan with good gas mileage." This sentence alone already shows that you're learning how to talk like a native speaker. Speaking of gas mileage, this phrase is very important when talking about cars. It means how far a car can travel using a certain amount of fuel. For example, this car gets 30 miles per gallon, means the car can go 30 miles using 1 gallon of gas. If a car has excellent gas mileage, it's good for saving money in fuel. This phrase is used all the time when people compare cars, especially if they're thinking about long-term costs. You might hear, That car looks great, but what's the gas mileage like? It's a smart question to ask. Now, let's touch on one more important term, airbags. An airbag is a safety feature in cars. It's a cushion that quickly inflates in a crash to protect the passengers. Most modern vehicles have dual airbags, one for the driver and one for the front passenger. Some cars even have side airbags or knee airbags. You could say, I'm looking for a car with multiple airbags for safety. Using the word airbags in conversation not only shows that you understand car features, but also that you care about safety. So to review, we've talked about browsing at a dealership, using the word vehicle, understanding what a sedan is, thinking about gas mileage, and asking about airbags. These are all practical, real-life terms that help you sound more confident and capable when talking about cars in English. Whether you're a car lover or just someone who wants to get better at English for daily life, these words will serve you well. When you're shopping for a car, one of the most important topics that comes up is safety features. People don't just want a car that looks good, they want something that protects them and their loved ones. That's where words like brakes and reinforce become very useful in English conversations about vehicles. Let's begin with brakes. This word might seem simple, but it's one of the most important parts of any car. Brakes are what slow the car down or stop it completely. In conversation, people often ask, how are the brakes? Or does it have anti-lock brakes? Anti-lock braking systems, often called ABS, help you stay in control when you stop quickly. You can say something like, I'm looking for a car with good brakes. Safety is really important to me. That sentence is natural, polite, and very effective when you're speaking to a car salesperson. Another great word to know is reinforced. This means something has been made stronger. In the world of cars, you'll often hear about reinforced steel or reinforced doors. For example, you might hear, this car has reinforced side panels to help protect passengers in a crash. Or you could say, I want something that feels strong and reinforced for extra safety. The word reinforced isn't just used for cars. You can use it in many situations. Reinforced walls, reinforced shoes, reinforced packaging. But when you're talking about vehicles, it's directly connected to safety and strength. Now let's look at how people make decisions when shopping. Imagine you're at a dealership and you like a car, but you're not quite sure if you want to buy it yet. That's when you can use the expression, let me sleep on it. This means you want time to think before making a decision. It's a polite way to say, I need more time. You could say, I really like this car, but it's a big decision. Let me sleep on it and I'll call you tomorrow. This is very common in English and shows that you're thoughtful, not rushing, and respectful of the salesperson's time. Another phrase that's useful in this situation is, it's a bit more than I can afford. This is a gentle way of saying that something is too expensive for your budget. You might say, it's a great car, but it's a bit more than I can afford right now. This kind of phrase helps keep the conversation open and polite, instead of just saying, it's too expensive. Let's not forget about tone and manner. When you're shopping, especially for something expensive like a car, people appreciate polite, respectful language. Using expressions like, I'm just browsing, can I ask a few questions? Or would you mind explaining that again? Makes you sound professional and friendly at the same time. These small habits make a big difference in how people treat you. And sometimes, people joke around while shopping to keep the mood light. You might hear someone say something like, does this car come with rocket launchers? Or will it survive a zombie attack? These silly questions are used to make people laugh, but they also help people talk about safety and features in a fun way. You can enjoy the process and still practice great English while doing it. So when it comes to car shopping, you're not just learning vehicle vocabulary. You're learning how to express safety concerns, make smart decisions, and communicate respectfully. These are skills that go beyond cars and help you in all kinds of real-life conversations. When people shop for a car, especially in English-speaking countries, the conversation often goes beyond just features and price. There's also a lot of focus on the experience of driving, the style of the vehicle, and how it fits into your life. This is where descriptive language becomes powerful. Let's explore how English speakers talk about what they're looking for in a car and how they express preferences in a natural and clear way. One of the first questions someone might ask you at a dealership is, What kind of car are you looking for? Your answer could include words like compact, spacious, stylish, practical, economical, or sporty. For example, you might say, I'm looking for something compact with good gas mileage, or I want a stylish car that's fun to drive. These are real-life ways people describe their needs, and they help make the conversation smoother and more precise. Now let's say you're buying a car for someone else. Maybe your teenage daughter, like in the original story. In that case, the words you choose will reflect your priorities. You might say, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle for a young driver, or safety is my top concern. Words like reliable, dependable, and safe are often used when shopping for a family member. These words show responsibility and thoughtfulness. Here's another common question you might hear. Is it for city driving or long-distance travel? This gives you a chance to explain what you'll use the car for. You can respond with, mostly city driving. I need something easy to park, or I travel a lot, so I need a car that's comfortable for long trips. Notice how these responses include useful vocabulary that describes both your lifestyle and your preferences. And let's not forget humor. English speakers often add light humor during big purchases to ease the pressure or just have fun. For example, if someone points to a huge SUV and says, that one's perfect for surviving the next zombie invasion, it's a joke, but it also tells you they're talking about strength and safety. Another example, I don't want a car, I want a tank. These kinds of playful comments often appear when people are comparing options or feeling unsure about what to choose. Now let's talk about the word awesome. It's an informal but very popular word to show strong approval. If you see a car you really like, you might say, that looks awesome, or this car is awesome. It's exactly what I want. It's casual, enthusiastic, and used a lot in everyday conversation. Other similar words include cool, great, and amazing. When expressing interest, it's also common to use questions like, can we get this one? Or, do you think this would be a good choice? These questions are usually directed at someone helping you, like a parent or partner, and they show both excitement and openness to advice. If you're still not sure, another phrase you can use is, what can you tell me about this one? This question is simple but useful. It invites the other person, usually a salesperson, to explain features, benefits, and details about the car without you needing to ask specific technical questions. Let's also highlight how English learners can show interest without sounding too direct. Phrases like, this seems interesting, I kind of like this one, or this might be worth considering, are very natural ways to show positive feelings while still sounding calm and thoughtful. Shopping for a car is a great way to practice describing preferences, asking polite questions, and using everyday vocabulary with confidence. Whether you're joking with a friend, asking about safety features, or saying a car is awesome, you're building real, practical language skills that apply far beyond the dealership. When you're in a real-life shopping situation, especially something big like buying a car, being able to manage the conversation politely and clearly is just as important as knowing the vocabulary. In this part, let's explore how to handle sales discussions, make decisions with confidence, and respond naturally to suggestions, all in real, conversational English. Let's begin with a phrase that's often used when someone is thinking about making a purchase. Let me think about it. This is a polite and non-committal way to say you're not ready to decide. It's similar to the expression, let me sleep on it, but can be used immediately without mentioning time. You might say, this looks like a great car. Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you. It's a respectful way to delay a decision while keeping the door open. Another useful phrase is, what are my options? This question helps you gather more information without sounding too demanding. It can lead to a discussion about different models, prices, or payment plans. For example, I like this one, but it's a little above my budget. What are my options? This shows that you're interested, but still careful with your choices. Now, let's imagine you're responding to a suggestion from the salesperson. A good phrase to use is, that sounds reasonable, or that might work. These expressions are polite and open. They show that you're listening and considering the idea, but you're not giving a final answer yet. If you're less convinced, you can say something like, I'm not sure that's what I'm looking for, or that's a bit more than I was expecting. These soft rejections are important because they help keep the conversation friendly, even when you're saying no. In English-speaking cultures, especially in customer service, tone matters a lot. Even when asking questions or expressing doubts, people usually speak calmly, smile, and use polite forms. That's why phrases like, "Would it be possible to," or "Could you tell me more about," are often used. These phrases help you sound professional and respectful, which can lead to better service and a more pleasant experience overall. Another very helpful skill is comparing choices. Imagine you see two cars you like. You might say, "This one has better gas mileage, but the other one has more space." Or, "I like the color of this one, but the other feels more comfortable." Comparing like this helps you make decisions, and it also gives the other person, like a salesperson or a friend, more information about your preferences. You can also use this phrase to ask for advice. "If you were me, which one would you choose?" It's a friendly way to invite someone to share their opinion, and it can help you feel more confident when making a big decision. Sometimes, humor returns in conversations like these. Someone might say, "Does it come with a driver?" Or, "Can I use this to outrun traffic?" These jokes are playful ways to keep the mood light. In English, light humor is often used to reduce stress during expensive or complex decisions. Finally, if you decide to buy the car, there are a few great expressions to use. You might say, "All right, let's do it," or "I'll take it." These short, strong phrases show that you've made your decision. They're clear, positive, and final, perfect for wrapping up the conversation on a confident note. By learning these natural ways to manage decisions, ask questions, and respond politely, you're preparing yourself not just for shopping, but for many other conversations in English. This kind of confident, polite English can be used when renting an apartment, negotiating a service, or even making a deal at work. It's not just about the words, it's about how you carry yourself in English. Now let's explore how to continue growing your English skills through the kind of vocabulary and phrases that come up when talking about value, money, and special offers, especially when making big purchases like a car. In English, just like in many other languages, people often want to feel like they're getting a good deal. That's why words like sale, discount, promotion, and bargain are so common in shopping conversations. Let's begin with sale. This word is used when something is being sold at a lower price than usual. You might see signs that say big summer sale or year-end clearance sale. If you're at a dealership and someone says, "This car is on sale today," that means the price has been reduced for a limited time. A common question you can ask is, "Are there any sales going on right now?" It's a natural, smart way to show you're price conscious without sounding too direct. Next, we have the word discount. A discount is the amount of money that is taken off the original price. For example, this car is $2,000 off the original price. That's a nice discount. You can also ask, "Do you offer any discounts for students or first-time buyers?" These kinds of questions are very common and totally acceptable when making large purchases. Just make sure your tone stays polite and curious. Another great word is promotion. In the world of shopping, a promotion is a special deal meant to attract buyers. For example, this month, we're offering a free 1-year service plan as part of a promotion. That means you get extra value when you buy. You could also say, "Is this part of a promotion?" to check if a special offer is available. And of course, we can't forget the word bargain. A bargain is something you buy for a lower price than expected. It's a great deal. You might hear someone say, "That was a real bargain. I got it for half the price." Or, when looking at a vehicle, you could say it's hard to find this kind of quality at this price. Feels like a bargain. Using the word bargain in a positive way shows appreciation for value and smart shopping. Let's also talk about how to politely express concern about cost. If something seems too expensive, you don't have to say, "That's too much." A better, more polite way would be, "That's a bit more than I was hoping to spend," or "It's a little outside my budget." These phrases allow you to express your position without sounding negative or abrupt. If you're feeling confident and want to suggest a lower price, especially in informal settings, you can say, "Is there any room for negotiation?" Or, "Could you do a little better on the price?" In English-speaking cultures, especially at dealerships or when buying used cars, a bit of price discussion is normal and expected. Now, one final tip. When you've made a purchase or feel happy with a deal, it's nice to show appreciation. You can say something like, "Thanks for helping me find such a great deal," or "I really appreciate your time and all the information." These phrases leave a good impression, and they also help build positive habits for your English communication in professional or customer service settings. So now you've got a full toolkit of phrases to talk about money, value, and deals in English. These are powerful words and expressions that help you not just speak better English, but think more clearly in real-life buying situations. The more you use them, the more naturally they'll come, and the more confident you'll feel in every shopping experience.
The English Pod audio review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Look around to see if anything is interesting.
Browse.
A car with 4 doors.
Sedan.
The amount of gas used per mile.
Gas mileage. Dual airbags.
A device that slows down or stops something.
Brake.
Something that carries people from one place to another.
Vehicle.
Strengthen, make something stronger.
Reinforce.
Think about something further and make a decision later.
Sleep on it.
A vehicle that is larger than a car has 4 doors and is shaped like a box.
Minivan.
A large vehicle that is suitable to run on rough surfaces.
SUV.
An event where goods or services are sold at a price lower than usual.
Sale.
Something that is done to increase sales.
Promotion.
The amount of reduction in price.
Discount.
Something bought or sold at a price lower than its actual value.
Bargain.
Let's try that faster. A vehicle that is larger than a car has 4 doors and is shaped like a box.
Minivan.
The amount of gas used per mile.
Gas mileage.
A car with 4 doors.
Sedan.
Something that is done to increase sales.
Promotion.
A large vehicle that is suitable to run on rough surfaces.
SUV.
Look around to see if anything is interesting.
Browse.
Something that carries people from one place to another.
Vehicle.
A device that slows down or stops something.
Brake. Dual airbags.
Think about something further and make a decision later.
Sleep on it.
An event where goods or services are sold at a price lower than usual.
Sale.
Strengthen, make something stronger.
Reinforce.
Something bought or sold at a price lower than its actual value.
Bargain.
The amount of reduction in price.
Discount.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Browse. I'm just browsing. I don't need any help. Browse. Lena was browsing through the department store when she saw Tom. Browse. There's a lot of people browsing through the store, but no one is buying. Sleep on it. I don't know if we should buy that house. It's perfect for us, but it is so expensive. Let's sleep on it. Sleep on it. Why don't you sleep on it and tell me tomorrow? Sleep on it. This is a bit more than what I can afford. Let me sleep on it. Vehicle. There were a lot of vehicles on the road today. Vehicle. 3 vehicles were involved in the accident. Vehicle. Remember, do not leave any valuable items in your vehicle. Gas mileage. What kind of gas mileage does this car get? Gas mileage. The gas mileage is great. The car gets 30 miles to the gallon. Gas mileage. The gas mileage improves if you drive on the highway. Brake. There's something wrong with the car's brake. I can't stop. Brake. Make sure you get your bike's brakes checked. I don't want you to get in an accident. Brake. The brakes didn't work and he crashed into a tree. Reinforce. So I reinforced all the walls. There's no way they're going to fall down. Reinforce. The plastic is reinforced with glass, so it's both light and strong. Reinforce. The building is made with reinforced steel, so it is quite